everybody. I'm having technical difficulties tonight, and I think it's because I need to update my Chrome. So that's my oops. I had already redone, redid, redid, redid my video for my intro, and it wouldn't let me upload it. Let me just say hi to everybody in the room. So we have Homestead Aquarius who came in first. We have The Best Life. Hello, Billy. Good to see you. TN Bushcrafter. Hey, Moon. Good to see you in here. You never seem to make it, so I'm so glad to see you. Moon over Miami. Hedgehog's Homestead. Girl, I got to get you the link. Drop the link in the link. Hey, Adenir. What's up? Phaedra. Good to see you. Passamaquoddy. Phaedra, you always are working this time of night. Let me just drop the link. Tonight we are talking about soil and creating living soil. But I'm going to give it just a minute for hopefully folks to get a notification. I do have it subscribers only, so hopefully I will not get any, surprises behind here. Like that one. Hey, Howie, Food Forest Permaculture. Hey, Storms, Radios, and Cats. Oh my gosh, I just took a shower and I've got like water stuck in my ear. Hate that feeling. Lots of good folks in the chat. Yeah. So grateful for that. Oh, I almost hit end stream. That would have been the shortest live ever. Oh my gosh. That's too funny. Yeah, Barry, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Wasn't feeling so great last night. It's feeling a little too emotional. Super emotional. But yeah, I was looking at the Soil Food Web school, but their classes are just so expensive. So I'm going to look into maybe some others. We'll see. Yeah, cardboard on the lawn. I've seen that. I've seen the lasagna gardening to create easy soil too. Howie. Lady, it's me, Laura.
Hey,
Hey, lady, what's up? I was sat here clicking forever, and I finally contacted them. I'm like, I can't add my intro. I don't know what's wrong. And he's like, well, maybe we can do it in incognito. Go up to the three dots in your Chrome. And I'm like, oh, I think I just found my problem. It told me to update my Chrome and I didn't do it. Oops, that could be it. So hopefully afterwards, maybe I'll be able to do that. I'm not really sure. Yeah, how I had seen that, and we were talking about that last time. Actually, I don't know if it was on my live. It might have been over on whose live was that? It was Diva in the Dirts. It was on Maureen's. We were talking, I think, on hers, or maybe it was here. We're talking about using seaweed here, but then they talk about how there's bad stuff in it. And that was one of the layers of the lasagna gardening that David the Good did when he was down in Ecuador, was he grabbed a whole bunch of seaweed off the beach and used that.
yeah,
And there's supposed to be tons and tons of minerals in it, but also they were saying there's like arsenic and all kinds of other lovely heavy metals in ours. And
yeah, because there's all of that in the ocean.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think that's what helps skim it off too. And it just kind of brings it ashore. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
partner Josh, good to see you. How you doing?
Josh and Howie.
I saw your friend that he was on, but I couldn't get on because Theron was still up, Josh. So tell him I'm sorry. Your brother from another mother. Oh my goodness. Maurice. Um, yeah, so I was more or less I was talking I actually asked Howie a question about the mushrooms that I had a ton of mushrooms all of a sudden from all the wet weather and what to do about them. And I got 2 different things. Howie said something about like a bleach water solution, but that just made me really nervous. Like I just couldn't do that. Um, I don't know. That made me nervous. And oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, I've seen the solarizing too with the lawn and with a tarp that you can solarize.
Yeah.
It's just the only thing I've heard about with the cardboard is it takes a long time to break down compared to like maybe wet newspaper. And most of the newspaper I've heard is like soy ink based now anyway because of environmental, such people complaining about it, which I'm glad because we can use it. Now we can use it, but they complained about that. But shoot, I lost my train of thought. Saw Howie's comment.
The thing about the cardboard is that you have to make sure that you really wet the ground underneath.
Mhm. Yeah. And then
And a
saturate
lot
the
of people
cardboard.
don't do that.
No, they don't.
And then you really have to wet the cardboard on top.
Yeah.
And then make sure that it's saturated, and then it will break down at a decent rate. Because once you trap that moisture in with whatever you're putting on top, the compost or whatever, it should
Mhm.
break down at a decent rate instead of,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, here, I don't know what it would do here. I'll have to try it. But in my beds, I have wood underneath the soil. So I think too that that's part of the reason I have mushrooms coming up because the body of the mushroom, the fungus is breaking all that down underneath.
Mm-hmm.
But because of all the rain we were getting too, I have it. And I don't want the soil to go anaerobic. I want it to be alive and stuff. So I did I picked through it. I aerated it a little bit before planting anything in it. I don't think I added soil to it because that also was my bed that has the root knot nematodes. So I kind of just threw down some mustard seed and I'm going to let the mustard seed roots do their thing, and we
Mm-hmm.
send out a chemical that helps kill them and not allow them to reproduce. Oh, really, Storms? Do you have hear the coyotes? I saw somebody who had one like on their patio, like it just kind of, I don't know if it came home with them, like a puppy or something. And yeah, it's like part of their family, but so is a raccoon. The guy has a raccoon too.
Yeah.
Both will kill your like livestock and well the small stuff, your chickens.
Mm-hmm.
They like I guess maybe if they feed them well they won't, but I don't know. I wouldn't want them.
I wouldn't mess with it.
I
They're
wouldn't
wild
either.
animals and they carry disease. So wouldn't mess with it.
Hmm. That's weird, Aid. I wonder why. No reason whatsoever. Hmm. Maybe people were complaining because they were getting ink on themselves? Or no?
Hmm.
I think they use like a waxed paper, but that's harder to break down.
Yeah.
It's definitely harder to break down. I was looking at like trying to learn a little bit more about
Thank
the
you, Homestead.
soil food web. It's going to take me some time
Amen.
because with my memory is not the best and just busy. But it was really interesting just how the roots will actually send out sugars to feed the microbes, and then the microbes will feed like the nematodes, not necessarily the bad nematodes, the good nematodes and all the other life. And I never knew there was like that symbiotic relationship underneath the soil going on,
Mm-hmm.
that the roots were actually giving, like if your plants are healthy, they are helping keep the soil healthy too, and vice
Yeah.
versa. And it like is it is like a web, is like a circle of life.
That's why they're
Circle
saying cover crops
of
and
life.
things like that are so much better than putting just, um, like a mulch, you know,
Yeah.
or just leaves or just, all kinds
Y-
of stuff that you would put on. But
Yeah, because you're feeding the microbes that are
mhm,
in the soil. You're continuing to feed them. And I heard this one guy say, like, and you want it covered. You definitely want your soil covered because if it's not, if the soil isn't feeding on something, it's feeding on itself.
mhm,
And then that's how you get, like, I would go back to sand, basically. It would eat itself and I would be back to sand immediately.
mhm.
Oh, it's okay. Gardening, you're fine, Q.
Thank you.
Welcome in, Gardening Warrior Q. I wish I
It's
had
a
one of those.
warrior in the house.
Yes. Gardening Warrior in the house. Q. I like that. But yeah, I was looking into it a little bit because of those. Oh, that's what I was saying. The mushroom box that I had. I don't want it to go to mushrooms. I want to figure out a way when we're having a lot of rain that my soil stays aerated, but I'm not sure if I can do that because the rain just tends to compact the soil.
Mhm,
And then if I have, any wood below it, like how people are like, oh, this is how you fill a box,
mhm.
so you don't have to spend all this money on soil. And you see them, with either wood or they're
Right.
using both wood and what Howie said, the cardboard.
Well,
But
I have like aged wood in my boxes that I'm filling up with.
mhm,
I've got and all of that stuff can cause mushrooms.
yeah,
But yeah, you just got to keep some roots in there or something, you know. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're breaking down the wood. That's what. So I don't know if that's really such a bad thing, but wasn't sure if it was going anaerobic or not because of all the mushrooms. But it's like, wait a minute, I have wood underneath that soil. You're right, Tien. That's what they're doing. They're breaking down the wood.
yeah,
So I think it's okay, and it's also because of the moisture. We just have tropical rain, and
I
we've got a
never I never
lot
heard
of it.
that mushrooms were so bad for your soil, but
How that one night he seemed like it sounded like he was telling me to use a little bleach, but I don't know if he was just having a really good time because he was at like that Native American powwow.
yeah.
I never got to really talk to him about that. I just
Mhm.
told him I loved him anyway. I'm like, I love you anyway, even though you told me to spray my soil with bleach. Oh, he did. I don't think he remembered. I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely. And he thought like I do need to rake up the leaves. Now is the time when we do get some leaf litter, and I know everybody up north gets it, but for
Yeah.
us, we get a little bit off of our strangler fig starts to drop it, like
Yeah.
drop their leaves. So I'll have some too, a little bit. Like to use that, but my problem is finding a place to compost. I don't really have a place, so I want to go back to doing the 5-gallon bucket, but I just wish I could find one that was narrow
Mhm.
because my beds aren't that big. They're kind of narrow and long.
Mhm.
And to make a worm bin, like put my
Oh yeah.
scraps in there and bury it and put the holes in, and then I can put in the leaves and the food scraps and do like Q does. Q, worm farms, but it's kind of an open worm farm
Yeah.
because they're in my bed.
I've
Underneath
never
this.
heard of that in the bed. That's interesting. I'll have to check.
Yeah, they do it in the garden too, and they even have them like for sale sometimes in those gardening magazines, and they're expensive.
Yeah.
They're not cheap,
All the
but
worm bins are very expensive, and you really don't. I mean, you really don't need to use that. You know what I mean? It's like
mhm,
it's
yeah,
so cheap to make one.
yeah, and Q does her own too. She makes one.
Hmm. That's
Yeah, he might have been. I don't know. Q could have been testing the spirits or the. I don't know if they have peyote there or not. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's one I thought of too would be a good solution because I'm always afraid of worm farming in the containers outside down here that I might steam the worms to death. Like
mm,
the heat, as
hmm.
it gets hotter might just kill them. So I thought, because because I had gotten a 5-gallon bucket and then we ended up using it for something. I was gonna do it and then I forget what we used it for, and I was like, yeah, I can't use that bucket for worms now because it's got. I don't know if
Yeah.
we cleaned with it. Probably we did. We probably used it for bleach water. That might have been around the time that our toilets did their thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and I didn't have a bucket for
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Maybe cute. I don't know. Not sure. That's what I want right there, Tien. Big rabbit manure. I saw Weedy Garden using regular. He has cow manure available to him that are his, I guess, cows. So they're fed organically, I'm sure. And he's big, like permaculturist. And oh my goodness, if you haven't seen the Weedy Gardens, like photography work,
Oh, really?
uh-huh.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, he actually has this one video he did. It's almost like a movie. It might even be a movie where he just meets Jeff Lawton in the rain one day because it's his neighbor. I'm like, what? You get to have Jeff Lawton as a neighbor. That's crazy. And he just comes and helps him out one day. Like, come on, no way. No way. But yeah, I was watching his composting and yeah, it's he's
My
got a
composting
nice bed.
is very much um what's his name? David the Good.
Oh yeah.
Throw everything in a pile
Throw it
and
on the
call it
ground.
compost.
That's right. Throw it on the ground. Do it like the forest does it. Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
that's kind of how I have to do it too.
And that's how I'm doing.
But I have to dig a hole.
Basically, I'm doing lasagna beds
Yeah.
instead of just on the ground. I'm doing the lasagna thing inside a bed because what my problem was, I was going to build in ground gardens, and what I ran into is that I have a lot of very heavy rain like we all do in the south, and it just washes away any beds that I would put in. So because we're on top of a hill,
Yeah.
so
Don't eat lasagna in bed. Exactly. That's exactly what we're talking about, Sean. You came in just in time.
yes,
Sorry,
lasagna beds. So yeah, I'm just doing, and I've got a lot of like charcoal wood,
nice
from fires in there. I've got just old wood that's already starting to break down. And so it's got a lot of out of the woods. I found them in the woods, and then I've got leaves, and now I'm putting just leafy greens in there. I've got my cowpeas that I'm ripping out of the yard, and I'm putting them in there.
Oh, okay. So they'll break down too.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And then I can plant in that at the beginning of the year. Or next year, as long as I just put compost on the top and a thick layer of compost and plant right into that. So,
yeah, I forget what I saw. He just put compost right on the top. I think it was another gardener who was reusing his soil from his pots. He screened it and then he just added fresh compost on the top. So it was like some of his filler. AIDS got 70,000 head of cattle. Well, that's a lot of poop. You got a lot of cattle poop. The only thing is you have to make sure that they didn't use any of the Grazon on the hay that they eat.
Yeah.
Or you just ruined the gardens that you put that on. That's the only thing. It'll last and last. The aminopyralids will kill and kill and kill. Yeah. Because that's what they were designed to do. Yeah.
Yep. And don't let the people tell you, because there's a lot of convincing literature on the other side.
Oh yeah.
And I've had conversations and struggles with people that they wanted to put some Grazon on my property, and I had to say no, and I got really mad with the the electric company because because we have overhead lines. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, you have to keep that clear. And they said that, but that's our job. We'll do that. And I didn't know that meant that they were going to spray.
Oh,
So, very
yikes.
happy customer.
No. Well, we have that struggle is real with just my husband working for that's how he puts bread on the table. It's not so much he does weed and feed, but it's mostly feed, but still it's not organic.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's granular feed and I caught him in my yard
Mm,
doing the granular, like coming around the corner. I'm like, yeah, but like down the side of the house. I'm like, I'm not using that yet. I don't want you doing it. And he's like, but the grass is getting so thin. And I'm like, this is my
yeah.
area. Go to the front. That's what most people see. Don't touch back here because I
Yeah.
don't want that stuff. Because it's the same thing for him as they come in and tell him like, oh, it's only got this half life.
Yeah.
And then you're seeing people who are, you know,
Well, that's the
getting,
same story that my brother-in-law was believing me. It only lasts for one season, or
mm,
until
yeah.
that, and it's like, no, 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 and
Oh, oh, 4 times a year? Yikes.
mm,
Wow.
maybe I'll have to be clearing out those areas so they don't aren't tempted to spray.
Yeah. With Mabel. Maybe you can just
Yeah.
do something with Mabel.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, what the heck are you doing? She saw you coming out to spray.
Get her some jaws.
Yeah.
Mabel's my tractor. If you guys don't know.
Oh yeah, sorry guys. If you haven't seen Hedgehog
And
Homestead
yeah,
has a tractor named Mabel. She's very cute.
yeah,
Cute tractor. Big, cute tractor.
big cute green
Uh,
tractor that gets things done.
yeah.
So
Workhorse. I don't, was that Tennessee Department of
ODOT,
Transportation?
yeah, I've seen ODOT doing
Transportation.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, I imagine ours probably does too here.
RT
They're
dot.
not here. Yeah.
I'm used to
F,
ODOT Oregon.
yeah, ours would be FDOT. I don't think no, we're not. Oh, but we do have, thankfully now on the other side of the fence, we have the drainage canal. Oh, you too, Billy. Um, the best life came in. We do have on the other side of our hello fence the drainage canal, and they will come in sometimes and they will spray down the edges. I
Hmm.
mean, into like the edges of the canal because of the stuff that grows in the canal itself. So it doesn't clog up, I guess, when they
Yeah,
go to drain out during, hurricane season. And I'm just glad we've got it's not like it, it helps quite a bit because it's a lower spray. They're not spraying the grass, they're spraying low because
hmm,
they don't really come in and spray the grass back there. They just mow it. Thankfully, I'm grateful for that because I'll
yeah,
go out there and there's still Biden's Alba and stuff. I won't pick it and use it. I won't use any of the weeds back there because of them spraying down into the
right.
canal. But yeah, you still have that. Um, but at least they're not spraying that close. But yeah, I would like to have at least a buffer zone around my property. It would be nice. At least I know my neighbors aren't spraying because they got fake turf in their backyard. So
Oh,
they had everything just ripped out and laid
yeah,
down sand and they got rid of it.
yeah. You
I
know,
know that would be great. There you go. Laura can put her pigs under there.
there we go. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do need to put the pigs in there, but then well,
They'll be scared of the pig. They'll be
yeah,
like, ma'am,
yeah.
we need to
Well, then I
get
can't
to
get
this.
coonies. I have to get the big monsters with the.
Nah, the coonies will be fine. I'm sure they'll do it. That was like there was a book and it was about a man who had a pig and it was just a Vietnamese pig.
Uh-huh.
He I think adopted it and like because his kids wanted one, and that thing turned up his whole lawn,
Oh
just that
wow.
one little pig. So maybe the coonies will do it. They send the coonies out into the forest to do it. The ones
Yeah,
that do that.
they do that because they eat a lot of stuff. They don't.
Hmm.
They root, but not nearly as bad as
As
regular.
the larger hogs.
Yeah, but they'll eat a lot of the growth. So
Let's see.
and that's always good.
Yeah. Or goats for the
Yeah.
leaves of 3.
Mm,
They'll eat those, right? And not have a problem, right? They can't they eat the poison ivy and poison oak?
no,
I
that's a
think they
good
can.
question.
Can they, Tian? Do you know? Ow. Oh, my foot is
That would
falling
be
asleep.
nice.
Okay, that
Hey,
sometimes
Bob.
uses. What a being.
Here I
Looks
am.
like tornado in the K-Dot sometimes uses a vertical bush hog. Wow. To clear tree branches on the side of the road. After they get done, it looks like a tornado. Wow, ripped through
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I haven't seen them do it for a while. I've never seen one of them.
I've seen one of them. They do that here every once in a while, but my brother got one of those, and I'm like, "Are you gonna have one of those ugly things going on in your place?"
Like a clear, like a buzz job.
Yeah.
Hey, Hookah Homestead, welcome in. Bada bing. Where? I don't know where you are, Bob. Do you know where you are? Have you figured it out yet? Hopefully, you're in your own yard, not someone else's, walking around on your
You need
phone.
to put a
Don't get
beacon
hurt.
on you, Bob.
Yes. Beep, beep. Hookah. Let's see. Most larger pigs. Well, oh, they're better. Okay. Oh, there you go, Bob. You're in your basement. You're in your basement, Bob. Check out and see if you have enough popsicles for the next person that's going to come visit. Sickles. I can't do the whistle. I mow around here with the motors on it. I know, right? It is like they have them on some sort of. Do you mean like they're actually on a boom? Or you mean they have them like turned up, like the volume, because that's what it seems like around here.
We do have native hogs around here. I don't know if you.
Oh,
They're actually not native, are they? The
no, the
the
ones that
wild
just go
hogs.
feral.
Yeah,
Yeah, the wild hogs.
yeah.
That's the wildest thing about the wild hogs is they're wild. They're
We've
wild
got one
and wild.
around here that runs around with one that doesn't look native or doesn't look wild.
Oh, they might have jailbroke that one.
Mm-hmm. They
That's how they
might.
end up going a little wild, just like the cats that get out. And
Yeah.
hmm yeah,
Well,
that's what I've heard. I'm
but
just reaching for a popsicle.
I guess pretty close to here, there's an area that the wild hogs, are just running crazy.
Oh, do you guys have any cameras that you
We
have
do.
that one? I
We
had
got
to
that's
actually
where we saw
return.
them.
I got one. It was the Vickery. I cannot recommend it. It actually got rain inside of it, inside the battery casing. So we just actually sent that back. Hannah ran in for me because I'm still having trouble with my toe, my little pinky toe. I think I broke it and it still looks kind of bruised. But I don't want to make another appointment for my doctor. Like, I don't want to do a double or make it earlier. I just don't.
Oh, yeah.
Especially since they can't do anything really for a broken toe. Feral hogs below the southeast. Yeah, I think a lot of ours are escaped domesticated.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. They've been replacing ours before that happened. They were replacing ours with cement instead of the wood, the treated wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are scary. Wild
They
hogs can
haven't
be
out
really
here in the
scary.
rural areas. Ours are wood, but
Hmm.
the ones in town are steel. Or
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, ours are like super tall concrete, whatever ones. They're huge though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just strange. But so I guess I still have as far as this year, are you guys almost done or are you doing like fall gardening
Yep.
already in full swing? I saw your trees, which were awesome. That
Yeah.
was a great deal.
Fall garden's in full swing. We got cabbage, broccoli, carrots, um,
Nice.
a few other things, and then the beds that don't have anything growing in them, I just planted. We have peas too, and then the other beds have cow peas in them because I've been collecting the dry cow peas and figured I could use them as cover crop.
Yeah,
So just to
definitely.
keep, some roots in the ground.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, because I remember you were even saying that about the living pathways before I was watching that on something, and he talked
mhm.
about that's why we do living pathways to keep the soil alive.
Yeah.
Hunting ranches imported a lot. Oh, okay. There was hunting ranches. They're the ones who imported the Russian feral hogs. Now it's illegal to even
Mm.
cross counties with hogs or deer carcasses that aren't deboned. Ew. Okay, but that makes sense in case one would all of a sudden hop out. Yikes. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I don't know if we had, I know we have them down here. I've seen them, not personally, but I've seen them on camera or people have talked
I've
about
seen it
having them here.
personally. The one that I saw running, is playing in the middle of the road with a hog and
They were
a wild.
play. No way. He was
Yeah.
just playing.
Yeah. It's like, okay, let's just chase each other in the middle of the road. Okay. They were young, but
Oh, they got snow last Sunday. Wow. Hey,
weird. Not
Brenda,
here.
good to see you.
It was very cold last Sunday, but not here.
Not where
Maybe
you're
in the
at.
Smokies.
Yeah, I think it was in the Smokies. I think they were saying the Smoky Mountains. And good to see you, Brenda.
Yeah.
Broken 1900 homestead.
Brenda.
Deer is starting to have CWD in Tennessee. Seen herds of 15 plus hogs here. The wasting disease? Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
I heard that was mostly in the eastern county area or eastern Tennessee.
Where the hotter weather is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop the link, Bob, if you want it, and Brenda, if you want it.
I'm still in the
Anybody?
basement. That's where we like to keep you, Bob.
Yep,
The role has been reversed.
that's right, Bob. That's why your wife put the lumpia down there, so you just doop, 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 doop. Okay, mister, going out shopping.
Yeah, I
Behave.
want to do the right now. It's just, I killed the soil, or I killed everything there by putting down cardboard.
Mm.
And now I'm like, it's so gross to walk on when it's wet
Oh,
because it's starting to break down. And I'm like, oh, I need to just put grass seed here. But I think I need to wait until
squishy.
spring. So I think I'm going to put some wood chips down to get some good topsoil building there and then do the grass seed.
Hey, Brutal Bob, good to see you. Oh, wow.
Yeah, eastern part of Tennessee is cooler. That's right, because that's where the Smokies are. It's the western part of Tennessee that's, I don't know if it's warmer. I think,
Oh, I had it backwards because,
yeah.
left and right is not my thing.
I had it backwards too because I agreed with you and I was wrong. Hey, Bobby boy.
Hello.
Hello.
How's my
Hello.
signal today?
Good. Much
All right,
better.
good.
Yeah.
How's
You're
Bob
actually-
doing?
Pretty well. I get a pass to get out of the basement once in a while until the wife finds out what I've been doing. Then she puts me back in.
Oh, mister, you're looking at her? That's the
Mhm.
count? Mm-hmm.
I told you, Mister. Well, she took a day off today. Can you believe that?
Oh, good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did
2
you guys
days.
do anything fun?
Went some junk shopping, thrift store shopping, and had a lunch out, and then took a long siesta, and woke up not
Nice.
long ago. Yeah, she's out on the couch like a cat right now. So,
Oh,
hmm
Oh, she
Sweet.
needs the rest.
yeah,
Needs some time. That's good though. She needs to do that once in a while. She works real hard, from what you said.
she does. She really does. Yeah.
my husband's been home because his spring, he got wrong. Somebody put some wrong tires on his truck, and then one of the springs that hold his, oh, what's that? His four, on the semi trucks you have 4 back wheels. I actually have 8 back wheels, but
Mhm.
one of the springs that hold that in place broke, and so
Oh.
we gotta go in the morning and go get that fixed. That's why I can't stay up that late tonight.
Oh, okay. I got it.
So we got to drive 2 hours to to Kentucky to get the
To get it
spring
done.
fixed.
It says, okay, it's been a full summer at your place. One thing I'm wondering, how many chiggers have you had so far? I hate those things.
Chiggers.
You're
I
supposed
haven't.
to count them?
We haven't had a lot of chiggers. We had a small amount, but not so bad. Yeah.
Oh, I
Mhm,
was
nasty stuff.
I was
Okay.
watching that video
just
of
ate
your
that.
husband changing the tire. I
Yeah.
couldn't resist. Les Schwab.
Yeah. I know.
I bet he was regretting there's no Les Schwab nearby when
Yeah.
he was doing that.
You know what though? There is a place because so he bought all new tires and he
right.
couldn't get them mounted, even though he's
Uh-huh.
got this thing that like shoots air into it really fast. It's some boom thing. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's a really cool device, but the tires, because they're new, but they had been sitting around for a while. Where it goes into the rim was kind of squished like this.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
saw him do that.
From
Where he
storage,
popped it.
and so he had to take it to a place, and they mounted 8 tires, no, 7 tires for $35. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
pretty good.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
he'll get those on tomorrow right before we go, and then we'll go over there and get that spring fixed. But the
Oh,
place
Duncan, I'm
that
so sorry.
another
That's
place
awful.
that put tires on his truck, he has low tires, and they gave him regular, and so the tire was like 2 inches higher on one side.
Mhm.
So that's why it broke the spring. So he got some money back, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
But it's too bad they're not paying for him to be out of work while everything's getting fixed, So.
Of course not.
Well, I'll let you know, Laura. I like seeing your videos. You guys, your successes, and
Mm-hmm.
you're building together. That's awesome. Keep doing it. I really enjoy watching that.
I
It's
don't know.
a
I
lot
felt
of-
kind of bad for Laura because, like, all the tables that were up to your like armpits. I was like, where's my buddy's like building area for her?
Oh, I got plenty in the house.
I'd like to build a little something out here, hon. Let me just-
I never
Let
noticed
me do
that.
my task.
I never noticed that. I never noticed that. Yeah.
Mhm.
But you know what? I
ATM.
can lean right on there and work like this. So
Mhm.
There you go. Yeah, it's just like when you went up, you're like, this is how high they are. I'm like, that'll be awkward if you want to build something on it, Laura, because I
Yeah.
know you could build too.
I got to get one of those little people benches.
Mm-hmm. Where did I see it? They actually had those ones that fold, and they had them like on sale, really cheap too.
Oh,
I don't remember where it was now. It's like on. I don't think it was Home Depot. It was. I'll have to look and see. I have one of them. It's like you can open it up and actually put a work surface on it and then clamp it down so you can make it bigger or smaller, and it's
Cool.
metal, and then it can fold up too, and you can just hang it on the wall.
Yeah.
I think Black & Decker makes them.
Hmm.
But yeah, I ended up with one by default. The neighbor was letting me use it, and then I just was like, "Can I buy it off you?" He's like, "Eh, just keep it. It's okay." Because he was like a carpenter. He had all the stuff. He didn't need anyone. He's like, "That's fine."
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, "Thank you."
Hey,
That's-
Kentucky.
Hey, Kentucky. Yeah, you're right. We don't have chiggers out here in the Northwest. That's where we're.
No,
Yeah.
it's a special Southern
Mhm.
thing.
It's a special treat.
Yes.
He says,
They
"There's
are-
tickle." They just tickle. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna maybe stay. I don't know
They
where
tickle,
there's
but
not.
they drive you nuts because they're like on you and like they do little. I don't know. You gotta
I
have
wouldn't
tough
like that.
skin if it's tickling.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have them in his basement. That's right.
No.
Unless somebody brought them in on them. But that's usually not chiggers.
That's usually
Usually a
syphilis,
little
honey, not
crab
chiggers.
No, that's usually the
Syphilis.
crabs, the little crabs.
Yeah. Crabs. Yeah. God.
Oh my
goodness.
gosh. Hey, what's up, Diva?
Hey, Diva.
Good to see you, Maureen.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta have tough skin and to live in those states. I bet.
brutal, Bob.
I think the ticks are the thing that like freak me
Oh,
out
the
the
ticks
most.
are bad.
Do you guys have the teeny tiny ones?
We got the teeny tiny ones and big ones. I went into the woods. We were getting out this big huge tire, this big
Mhm.
like tractor tire or something got stuck in the woods. So we're pulling it out and I'm out there hooking it up in shorts and flip flops. And
Uh-oh.
next thing I know, I'm running out and up my legs, all these. It was just so disgusting. I have it on
Ew.
video, so I'm one of my videos.
Ugh.
I saw somebody just use a roller on them,
Oh,
like the lint
Mm,
rollers.
Makes
They-
sense.
Yeah,
Makes
they
sense.
used the lint roller and got a bunch of them off on the
Yeah,
lint
it was
roller, and then they
wetted.
showed it, and it was
Sure.
like covered.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to move to your state.
I
No,
think
thank you.
we have a lot of mosquitoes here. That's about, that's
Yeah, we
about
have
it.
the mosquitoes too.
Hmm.
That's one thing we definitely have.
No,
They
we
even
have
get in the
lots of
house.
mosquitoes. Yeah,
Mhm.
worse
Only-
than the Northwest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Really, I didn't know that about
We're
Tennessee.
not bad on mosquitoes here at this place. When I lived in Nevada for a couple of years, I did not miss them.
Mhm.
There were no mosquitoes in Nevada because there's no standing water anywhere.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm putting the link up
yeah.
for Maureen if she wants to come up too.
Thankfully, we don't have any of the chiggers. We don't have leeches. We don't have the other stuff.
Oh, leeches! Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. You got ticks, but not like here.
Mhm.
Took a trip to Tennessee. Oh no! And one was in an unfortunate place, unnoticed the whole time. Ew! Yikes!
My brother-in-law, who hunts a lot, has found them in places.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, it seems like that's Homestead Aquarius where also we get those. They're the babies to the jellyfish. I can't. Oh goodness, I can't think of the name of them. If Q was here, she would remember. But they always love where your bathing suit elastic is. That's exactly where they burrow in. Oh, it's worst. The worst. So we learn to just stay out of the water and even off the beach during that time.
They're an actual
Um,
jellyfish, baby jellyfish. Oh,
Like baby. No, not sand crabs.
Mhm.
The heck are they called? No, they're called something sand fleas, maybe they call them, but they're not really sand fleas. Let me
Okay.
see if I can find out what they're called.
I did get hit with 2 jellyfish in the South Pacific, but they were right by the shoreline in about that deep of water or so.
Wow.
And you can't see them. I mean, you don't know what you're going to walk into because of little wood and debris and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
one hit me on the
Sea
shin,
lice. There we go.
and then
Sorry.
another one hit me on the inside of my knee a few years earlier than that.
Yeah.
You can't see the dang things. They're just tiny. And
Yeah,
wow.
they're called sea lice is what they're called down here. It says the so-called sea lice that
Sea lice.
appeared in Florida aren't sea lice at all. They seem to be the larvae of jellyfish, most likely a small species called the thimble jellyfish.
Ooh.
Yeah, and they always go to those areas that Homestead talked about.
Oh no. Watch it, girls. Watch it.
The boys have to watch it too.
No, we
Got
kind
to.
of have a rule at our house. If we're working in the woods, we
Mhm.
check each other
Yeah.
in the shower.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spanish for jellyfish is.
It's like bend over.
hmm
Oh
you know?
my.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, gotta have a friend or a husband or a
Mhm.
wife to
And
help you
and
out.
Yep.
I kind of have my own rule. If I feel an itch
Yeah.
after I've been in the woods, don't start itching all over because
Yeah.
it spreads really quickly.
Oh.
Oh.
Get something on it right away.
Yeah.
I only knew one fella who got a tick. He was hunting in eastern Washington. I guess there's some over there, but
Yeah.
the west side, I mean, none so far. You know. Yeah, he got it in an inappropriate place. His girlfriend had to remove it for him.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess he almost passed out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yikes. That does
Mhm.
not sound like fun at all. That
I
sounds
saw one
terrible.
in a dog's ear, and I'm petting the dog, and I'm like, "Oh." I tell the owner, she goes, "Oh yeah." I'm just like,
Yeah.
happens all the time. Yeah, we're in the country. I'm like,
Ew. Yeah. But
do you have a pair of tweezers? I'll get it out.
I know the
Mhm.
poor dog.
I'm not gonna let this dog suffer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, or a phone camera. Yeah. You
Yeah,
don't
cute.
have somebody there.
yes, phone cameras are nice for that because you can actually record. Go down, record.
Especially as you get older, because being bendy is not the thing anymore. You just aren't as
No.
bendy.
True.
Mm.
True that. Yep.
And if you don't, if you can't reach it, you got a selfie stick.
Mm.
Oh, oh, yeah, good things to know for if I move north.
Yeah.
Selfie stick. Lint roller.
Lint roller. That's more
boots.
convenient.
It's like, honey, why are you packing those things? We don't need a lint roller.
Definitely,
We're
yeah.
not bringing the dog.
We don't go in the rivers down here at Kentucky Goblin because we have gators.
Gators.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you don't catch me in fresh water at all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
even
here-
like now that I'm older, I don't even like the ocean.
Yeah, down in Kissimmee, Florida, as a kid. Here I am, a Western Washington boy. No moccasins, none of that stuff. And out fishing at night with my uncle in Kissimmee, Florida. Man, I saw that for real alligators and all kinds of stuff down there. Just shocked me. I mean, oh my God, the most memorable thing was they had these huge
Oh,
Oh,
I froze.
and eat the insects. One night, the water just exploded. I'm standing there with a fishing pole, in the 6th grade. What was that, Uncle? And he goes, "That was probably just a gator." What, over there?
Creative
Seriously? Yeah.
Hey, CR.
Seriously?
Mhm.
Yeah. They're in the
Sorry.
water, Bobby. Where do you think they live? What?
Oh my gosh.
wow.
Or just using you as bait. It's okay. We're gonna
Yeah.
catch one, take it home for dinner.
I want to go home. I want to go back to Seattle.
Oh my goodness. You see people that are out on their like not canoes, was it kayaks with their
Oh.
animal. There was a video of one guy and he grabbed his dog because the guy saw the gator come up
Oh, Lord.
and the dog was like ready and he's like, no, you get back here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That'll be the last I'll see.
My
you."
Norman would do that.
Oh yeah, I bet Norman would. Same thing with Rezzy. Rezzy would probably do that too. No way I would bring her out on a kayak. And there's no way I would be out in a kayak on our
Not in
My
Florida.
little black
between the
lab
sharks
is
and the
getting
gators and
pretty
crocodiles.
pretty protective.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, our little girl is too. It's those smaller dogs. The ratters tend to have that
Mm-hmm.
real. Well, I mean, bigger dogs do too, but for some
Oh, and
reason,
boy,
the
does he get
ratters.
excited like when the dogs are playing. You know, he's the first one to grab the toy. You know,
And show them that he's still got it.
and if you give him a squeaky toy, he gets way overexcited. It's like, yeah, you would be.
Yeah, I wouldn't either, Duncan. I would have a hard time healing up probably too. I've noticed that I'm not healing as easily as I used to.
Yeah, that seems to be the thing when we get older, huh?
Right? All
Like,
of a sudden, it just happened. Like,
why does
how
that
did?
take like? I cut myself and it took 4 weeks to heal, not 3 days.
Hmm.
Yeah. What is that about?
Yeah.
I like not. I don't know what it was. It was scissors or something. I got almost went through. Like, thankfully, didn't go through my foot. Just poked me a little bit on the foot, but the mark was there. I've got to check and see if it finally went away. It was there for a month or more
Yeah.
after it healed.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, that's horrible. Yeah, the Lyme disease. It's horrible.
Oh,
That's terrible. I didn't know that it
Lord.
actually took people's lives.
Yeah,
I
I did.
know it ruined them because it gives you like really bad. It's like fibro, but worse, I've heard.
Mhm.
Actually, no, I take that back, Brutal Bob. I have heard of it almost taking somebody's life, and she got treatment for it, and she was okay. She was okay. I forget what they gave her.
Excuse me.
Take their Frenchie in Boston. No thanks. Yeah, I've seen people fish from their kayaks here. In fact, the girl who's on YouTube here, she's a West Coaster and she fishes from her kayak. I just no. I can't. What if you
I'm no.
hook a bull shark on that thing? What are you doing?
Hmm.
It's like you better
Yeah.
hurry up and have your knife like right there.
Oh,
Cut the
Yeah.
line. You know it. Yeah.
Like what if you don't have it right there? It's like taking you out.
I guess if you're fishing in the ocean, that's one thing, right?
No, bull sharks are both.
Thank
They'll
you.
go into
Thank
fresh.
you, Duncan.
They'll go into fresh. Yes, bless you. Sorry. Everybody said bless you except for me.
Thank
Sorry.
you.
I'm thinking
It's my
shark.
allergy season. Thank you. Thank you.
You were blessed.
Thank you.
Laura. Quadrupling. Oh. Bless you.
Thank you. Uh,
Oh, wow, Q. I'm so sorry. From out there? Or in northern? Oh, in Florida. Wow. I didn't know we had it prevalent in Florida. Interesting.
Now, how does that work? If you get the tick off of you pretty quickly, then it does not give it a chance to
it
get infected. Is that how it is?
I
not
think it
every
doesn't
tick
matter.
carries Lyme disease.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
yeah, not
oh,
every
So
okay.
it's only if the tick, bites into you and sucks on you and then leaves a welt on there. And then you don't even know if it's Lyme disease at that point. I mean, there's other diseases that they carry that nobody talks about. And
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what they are, but
Oh,
they
boy.
carry other things too. So
Hmm.
Let me see. There's actually a Lyme disease. They have a map. Of course, it's on the CDC, so
yeah,
there's that.
I'm sure there'll be a shot for it soon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
Don't get any ideas, Laura. Goodness.
Sorry.
That's okay. They probably already had it. Oh, it doesn't. Where is it? It's not showing it. Where is it? I'm looking for it. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm looking.
Okay.
See if I can find it. Data surveillance. I don't see it. It said it had one. I hate it when they promise me something and it's not there.
All I know is people that seem to do a high protein diet that have Lyme disease do better with it.
I know Justin Rhodes supposedly has it, and they did the GAPS diet, and they did well on that.
Mhm.
It also helped cure Rebecca of the stuff she had going on in her gut.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw this news thing went around local area here on our Facebook, and I made a video about it just a few minutes ago. And there's here in the Northwest, there's a lot of black on Asian crime. It's rampant. It's everywhere.
No.
Well, well, there was Auburn, Washington is not too god awful far from here, and these three huge black guys chose the wrong Asian house. They chose the wrong house. I mean, this young man did everything right to protect his home. He had a dog, he had cameras, he had motion sensor lights, a good working deadbolt lock, and they tried. He timed it perfectly because as soon as they breached that door, hello, Mr. 9mm, gave him enough time to get to his sidearm and fight him off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good for
That's
that went
so
around.
sad.
That went around the Filipino community like wildfire.
Wildfire.
And every time we go to the range, we see Asian people with the high-end firearms practice, and they don't shoot just 20 rounds and go home. They shoot hundreds.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it gets
kinda
that. It
scary.
gets to that point up here now, Laura. It's that point.
Yeah, they don't want another summer of love.
It makes you wonder why. Why? What is their motivation for it?
Asians have a higher income level, and they think since they're small and quiet, they'll be weak and won't fight back.
Mm.
Oh,
Wrong.
David said he does carnivore now. Sorry, Bob, I had clicked off and just saw that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's mostly that the income level, Laura, I would say.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah, I saw it was Northeast. I haven't really heard about it down here much, but I have heard that one girl lived down here, so yeah. But I don't think she got it from here.
Shawnee Shave.
Hey, Shawnee, welcome.
I'm
they
just
have
glad
a-
we don't.
Yeah,
Oh.
the bite site has the red bullseye.
I wonder what it is that keeps ticks away from the west side of Washington State. Maybe it's just too rainy. I don't know what kind of a climate
They don't.
enjoy.
They don't like water.
Oh, they don't.
Mm,
No.
Oh, well, that'll do it. Yeah.
Then maybe
Yeah.
that's why too.
Mhm.
Here down South Florida, I'm not seeing them as
Mhm.
much. Northeast, it says Northeast. They're more common. They can be anywhere.
Yeah.
But it says more common areas are the Northeast, Upper Midwest, and the Northwestern states. For that,
Someplace where it's drier. Okay.
the Lyme
Okay.
disease ticks. Yep,
Well, let's say a prayer, keep them where they're at, or something.
exactly.
Yeah. Mm.
For real. And we also have a lot of Florida has a lot of birds like egrets and things like that
Yeah.
probably help control some of the
You know
population.
That's why you see, like, all over here, people have all kinds of birds and
Mhm.
free range a lot of their chickens and stuff like
helps.
that.
Yeah,
It
it helps to get the numbers down.
hmm
Yeah, go ahead, Bob.
Oh, yeah. Birds are like dinosaurs to insects. They're like Tyrannosaurus rexes. They're just unstoppable, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love some actually. I saw this one guy was like, "Aren't these the cutest little things?" And then they were like running in his hallway, and turns out they were quail babies.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
Like, they're so cute,
Mhm.
tiny. I was like, "Oh, I want some." But I
seen
don't.
them.
They'd be eaten alive. I mean, things would just eat them right away if you put them out like that outside. But I would love
Yeah.
some little quails.
I've seen quail in the wild here many times, and they're so cute because they get in a perfect line and behind.
Yeah.
Like-
We're cutting out.
Yeah, just for a second, you cut out. Reminds me
Well,
of partridges.
I better go. I gotta
Okay.
drive to
All
work
right.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
In the morning.
early in the morning. Thanks
All
for
right.
coming.
All right.
out, Laura. Love you,
I'll
hon.
see you guys
Right
next
on, Laura.
week.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye for now.
See you
Mhm.
later.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye for now. If it goes well.
Mhm.
Thanks, CR. Bob's got some nice headphones, doesn't he, CR? Yeah. You mean pinky ones. Well, if anybody else in my side chat would like to come up and join Bob and I, they are welcome to. Oh, you
Yeah.
have the wild quail? Nice.
Yeah, lots of them here. Lots of them.
Oh, I didn't think about that. True, TN. Too many bird diseases out there. Never let them loose in the house. But does it, like, a lot of them transfer? I guess they do. Right? One day, someday. What looks like, I look like a Borg? Yeah, when it's like right here. Like right there, I'll just keep it in front of my eye and really creep out the new people coming in.
Terminator, you know.
I have to put it behind my glasses. Oh. I used to love to do that too, Shawnee, until the rats started eating it. Darn it. But if you put them out during the day, like we like to feed the ducks in the back. There's Diva. There she is. Oh, she's all cozy. That's why. Hey, lady.
Hey, Maureen.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, avian. That's true. That one. Yeah, avian. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Resistance is futile.
Resistance is futile. CR takes over the world.
Mm-hmm. You gotta just get some of these headphones here. They have them in black. So did you have your are you starting your thing this weekend or did you have it during the week? Aren't you doing something with the college or what
No.
was it you said you were doing?
Tuesday.
Okay.
Tuesday I'm doing at the college.
Oh, okay.
Tuesday is the master class that I teach at the college. And,
Oh, okay.
Yep. And yeah, and now the decision to move my mom down here has changed, and my brother and his family are going to go and move in with her.
Oh.
Yep. After their baby is born in beginning of December.
Okay.
So yeah, they're taking 2 under 3. Well, it'll be 3 under 3, and they're going to go move in with my mom.
Oh my! But she'll love that though with the little
She
ones.
will, yeah.
My mom loved that with Malachi.
Yeah. I'm glad you're not leaving your seniors alone. Never do that. You know, look after them, man. I took care of my mom. So did my wife, and I look at it this way: that she took care of me. You know, that's the least you can do. That's the least you can do.
That's right. Yeah. No, I'm not interested in her going into a home or anything like that. It's like, no. We can,
that's how I felt.
Yeah.
Me too.
If it was doable for me to move from here, then yeah, but it's not doable. To leave my house and everything like that. So, hey, Storms.
Good.
And that probably makes her happy too that she gets to stay in her place.
The only tip I can give for you there, Maureen, is once in a while call up your brother and say, hey, how about you and your wife go out on a date night? I'll come sit with mom.
Yeah, they're further away. They're further away.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about 14 hours for driving. You know, I can do a direct flight for about an hour and a half. And because I live on the island, so then it's like ferry over to Vancouver and then drive up north.
I got it. Yeah. Canada's so vast. Yeah.
It is.
Good night, Sean. Thanks for coming in, hon.
You can live on stage.
Don't die.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, no, I went and it was a rough day outside. I don't know if it was the temps or whatever. Like the temperature was fine, or if it was the dampness. And it was like I came in, it was like, why am I so stiff? And I thought getting into the tub, and then it was like getting to bed. And so I thought, well, I'll just talk to you from my bedroom.
Totally cool. I would do that if my husband and son weren't in there. Because because then that's just
Yeah.
weird, and I'm waking everyone up.
Exactly, and this is this is my time right now.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
just it's better if I keep myself warm, and I'm like, my heat comes on in the night.
Mhm.
So if the house drops down below 65, it'll kick on. But during the day, it's like, you know what? Put a wrap on. Don't,
Mhm.
put slippers on, socks on. I'm just not interested in paying, um, for the ridiculous amount of heat. So it's like the less we use, not until it
Yeah.
gets cold,
Mhm.
shut windows and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Johnny said it was beautiful.
Mm.
Oh my, already.
Oh, here I was like, "Oh, it was beautiful here today." I like that part. Might see a snowflake. Nope,
Yeah, I'm
right
not.
there, right there.
Oh, yeah, no. Nope.
You just lost the beautifulness for me. Mm-mm. I just don't like snow and the cold. So
Spandex was holding together by a prayer. What? What did
what
I
was that
miss? You're
about?
talking. I don't know. Oh, Barry's a Trek fan. Star Trek.
Oh, Bob's. I love that Bob has. He does craft night during
Yeah,
the
he's
lives.
always doing projects.
It's
He's
like
like,
I should really take up my crocheting or something like that
I need to
again.
do the same thing. I need
Yeah,
to
it's like,
start like
oh, you could be busy doing stuff, and I
I'm
just
gonna just start doing my lives and cleaning this room at the same time. I'm gonna be like, okay,
I'm
well,
yeah,
I'm cleaning tools while we're sitting here chit chatting.
exactly. I just said, yeah, Bob's he's always got, craft night or something going on, and
Mm-hmm.
well,
mm-hmm.
well, actually, GT Junior, he does the same thing. I think he's at work sometimes, so
Yeah,
he'll
he
be
is.
doing
Mhm.
dishes or doing whatever he's doing, and
Yep.
so then it's like, yeah, it's like get a headset and you just walk
Yeah.
around and
Yeah, he was
yeah,
doing that.
multitask. It's a good
Mhm.
idea to multitask, but the only hobby that I do is editing videos. So, and I can't edit a video while I'm on a live.
True. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, that would be kind of difficult.
Yeah. So I know
I
I came
couldn't.
in late. So did you guys start talking about some dirt and
We
soil?
did. Laura and I were talking about just the. I haven't taken it yet. I am like subscribed to a channel that does like a little bit. Not a little bit. They do college level courses on the soil web.
Oh.
However, they do it like a meeting, like a Zoom call meeting kind of style.
Oh,
Mhm.
cool.
So I haven't been able to tune in that long to really like get what I need to get from it. I
Mhm.
think I know, but it's a matter of I don't know the sciencey words
Right.
like exuate or something like what the roots give off, the glucose that they give off to.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
but
think
that's probably not how you say that word.
yeah.
Like those kind of things. I
Yeah.
can't say it in a sciencey way, but I kind of grasp the concept, kind of.
Yeah. I
So we
think
were talking about like cover crops and why it's necessary, how it keeps the soil living if you have a cover crop, and a living mulch rather than a non-living mulch. Although
Mhm.
I like the look of my, mulch that's not living.
what's the difference between living mulch and dead mulch?
Wood chips are dead pretty much, and they'll break
Okay.
down,
Yeah.
okay, but they don't have roots.
Right.
So you would do like a cover crop, maybe like I don't know if they use
Mhm.
wheatgrass, clover, anything that you would use for a cover crop that has roots
Yeah.
continues to exude that sugar for the bacteria that then say then nematodes or the next level feeds on. Like the tiniest level gets fed, then the next level,
Uh,
and the next.
yeah.
You
I
know?
always.
Keeps the earthworms alive over the winter time too. A
Mm,
living cover. We used ryegrass in our garden when I was growing up. We grew all of our own food growing up.
Mhm.
mm.
Winter ryegrass, cover it. Keeps the weeds down. Keeps the earthworms alive. You're good to go. Yep.
Yeah, I do the chop and drop too, creative redundancy underneath my trees, but not in my boxes so much unless I'm using my moringa. I'll come back out and put my sticks of moringa down and use that like a mulch. but that's within like the boxes that already have roots and have plants going.
Yeah, I always, but my, like, again, it's like, yeah, maybe you need to take the course, because my understanding is that, the plants that we planted this year, they're pulling out nitrogen, and they're pulling out, depending on
Mhm.
what you planted, they're pulling it out. So then when you put a cover crop, does that not pull out more nutrients out of the soil? Like, that's where my logic would go.
Yeah, that's a good. That's I would think that too, but I think some people end up turning it back in and under and
That's
into the
yeah.
soil. So then
We
it
had
doesn't come out all the way.
yeah,
Right.
Maureen. We had a garden that was about a third of an acre with a rototiller and all that. Um, Winter ryegrass all winter, and then in the spring we take hand wheelbarrow all the compost boxes out into the garden, let it sit for a week and break down a little bit, and then rototill it.
Mhm.
You take
Mm,
that cover crop, rototill it into the soil. You don't lose anything. It actually adds to your soil.
right. Yeah, and
That's
so similar, like a chop and drop.
mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
usually in the fall, these last 2 years, I have brought in truckloads of the soil that I purchase, and
Mhm.
but we in the spring, we put a lot of my own, composted soil. There was just so much of it, and we filled all the beds,
There
but
you go.
that's what and I just put my leftover straw or hay,
Mhm.
whatever I have, the bales that I've used all summer that are starting to break down, I just put that on top of it.
Mhm.
But Bob,
Wait a minute.
have you grown garlic?
Mm-mm.
I have not.
Okay.
I had kind of an odd family growing up. My dad didn't like any herbs, and he hated garlic. He hated it. Yeah,
Wow.
Wow.
yeah, I know. And now that I've
Mhm.
grown up and gotten away from our kitchen table, where I
Mhm.
didn't grow up eating garlic. There was none. They just didn't
Right,
grow it. They wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. No, I've
I
never tried
haven't
it, Maureen.
I haven't grown it. I was supposed to get the soft neck though, and not the hard. I know that. The hard neck has the
Mhm.
scapes. I know that part. We won't get the scapes with the soft neck, but I
Oh,
haven't like planted it to where I was going to actually grow the garlic. I've grown it actually for the just the greens,
Mhm.
like a chive, and I've
yeah.
used those,
Yeah,
but
nice.
I haven't planted it
Well,
out.
to let you know, Maureen, is that growing up, we grew all of our own food. Then I got away from it for most of my life. I lived around the country and in other countries, and came back here. And I married for 13 years in one house where she was not supportive of growing food, and then lived in rental
Mhm.
houses for years. Wasn't
Yeah.
able
Mhm.
to grow anything. This last summer was the first time I've been able to plant my own stuff for
Mm.
years.
Mm.
And um, it was all pots because we're only going to stay here for about 5 years and then move overseas.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to get a garden. I'm just not going to do it. But
Mhm.
I found that it really, spent all last winter mixing leaves and chopping paper and all that. And the amount of food that we got in the return to fortify the potting soil, it just wasn't worth it. But well, I grew some kick-ass flowers. I'm going to grow more kick-ass flowers and strawberries. Oh, I'm going to
Mm.
grow the insects here, Maureen, didn't seem to bother the strawberries. In fact,
That's
Wow.
just
I got
wild.
the last strawberry off of. I got a planter out there. It's made with an old blender. Got the last strawberry off of there this morning, and I brought it in like a little kid with daisies to my wife. Here, hon, here
Aw.
is the last one. She goes, "Oh, you have it. You can have it." Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
Aw.
Next year,
yeah.
kick-ass flowers and strawberries. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do the vegetables. It just wasn't
Good
worth the
night, Pretty
return,
Bob.
Good
Take
night.
care, hon.
Yeah, I've just had some strawberries that I got my strawberries just from a friend of mine, and I got them years ago, and one point I
Mhm,
thought I killed them all, moved them from house to house, well, from my rental house to the house that I bought here,
mhm,
10 years ago, and
Mhm.
and they're just okay. And then I was out at a farm, and they were growing these massive strawberries
mhm.
in, did we go in, was it in August that we were there? and it was like it's like the big size that you get in the stores. And I said, "What is the brand?" And she or what is the variety? And she said Albion. So it was like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, that is my goal. I want Albion strawberries.
Mm.
Because they
Okay.
just, because it's like I'll get my crop, like I'll get a crop in, that kind of June, May, June
Yeah.
time. And then right now my strawberries are actually starting to, they're fruiting again right now.
Mhm.
Because we've had such warm weather and stuff like that. But I was just shocked. She had rows and rows of these Albion strawberries. It was like I went
Mm.
and picked one and ate one. It was like, okay, I've been growing the wrong variety of strawberries.
Right
Yeah.
on. Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are-
I bought. Pardon me, Carol, but I bought,
No.
since we live so close together. I bought my strawberry plants at a very nearby nursery, and I bought two different types: the everbearing and the spring producing. The
Mhm.
spring ones are done, but the everbearing, I got the last big one today, nice and ripe and red with in its winter.
Yeah,
Yeah, what the hell, you know? But
yeah.
they got a little green one sitting up there. I don't know what's going to happen to it. It'll probably get frost, and then, but
Mhm.
yeah. My rhubarb. I was so proud to get some rhubarb. The rhubarb in the backyard was just ripped apart by earwigs.
Ugh.
It just consumed it, and one of them died. I was able to bring one other back, but the rhubarb in the front yard, man, that stuff grew up about that big. And just yesterday, I went out and picked it and got rid of it because the frost will kill it, and just get it out of the ground.
Mhm.
It'll grow back next spring. But I love rhubarb. I love me some rhubarb.
Mm,
Your extension service should also tell you which strawberries do the best, like which cultivar in your
Mhm.
area.
Yeah.
yeah, we don't do that in Canada.
You don't have an extension service
Oh.
or local university that has horticulture
Oh,
that might
probably, but it's not something.
that you
Um,
can
no, it's not
look up.
something that's like, yeah, here's her.
Oh.
Oh, I'm so
Here's how you
sorry.
can.
Oh, hey, Grumpus, what's up? Good to see you, Grumpus on
Rumpus on
fire.
Fire. I've never heard of that person.
Oh yeah, you cook some good stuff all year. Green mulch every spring. Everything gets mixed into the soil each spring when I start the cycle again. Oh, okay.
Mm. I guess I could have read it on the big screen instead of trying to see through my through my progressives to go, oh, what is it? Oh, it's right here on screen, Maureen. Yeah.
I know, Barry. I'm sorry. Well, you say going to play Fishland. We're all hooked on their games from Temu, trying to win our prize.
Aw.
Yes, once you find the variety that produces what you want, it's a game changer. I mean, a strawberry farm opened this year in our town, and I asked the same thing. What are these monsters? I need them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm so bummed because we used to have a place near us that it was called the Girls Strawberry Farm, and they stopped growing strawberries for a while because they were putting up this huge like entertainment area in the back of, it's like a small shop, but they own a bunch of shops in the shopping plaza. They have the boys grocery, and then the girls was the strawberry farm. And where they had the whole strawberry farm, they also had animals. And now, well, they've enclosed it and they've made it like this thing where you can purchase food to feed the animals, petting
Right.
zoo. And
Right.
anyway, they had their hydroponic strawberries over in the corner, and it was like, no strawberries this time. And I'm like, what? That's
Hmm.
why I come here too.
That's right. Now I have to go home.
False advertising, darn it.
Mm.
But yeah, I need I was looking that up too. Which
Mhm.
ones will grow in my area well.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, is that this was it's a farm here on the island. And so it's like, I know that Albion strawberries are the ones that I need to go and get, and that I could put them in right now. But it's like just finishing up, it's like we're finishing the Shed Wars 23. And,
Yeah.
and it was like I had, I have a goal that I'm trying to hit this year, and I was 60 pounds below it. So I went
Oh,
out running
Sick.
around out there, and
Mhm.
I was able to collect 45 or 15 pounds today. So I have 45 to go. 42
For your goal, for your
for my own
goal.
personal goal.
Right
Okay.
on. I love
That's
success.
awesome.
I love
Yeah.
I love that. I love
That's
that.
still, yeah, amazing. Because you're
Yeah.
going
And
to
so it's
continue
like
to harvest.
there still is potatoes out there. There still is Jerusalem artichoke, but I don't think I'm gonna get my 42 pounds out of what's still
Still
out there
left.
right now. It's like because some stuff is still ripening, right? So I
Mhm.
did pull some green tomatoes, but there was some small ones, and I thought, it's not worth it to bring it in for this little ounce worth, you know.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. So, oh, and I didn't pick all the ginger. I think I only picked 2 or 3 little
Oh, well,
bunches,
you
but they weren't super big, like, they were
Mhm.
about that.
Smaller. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
mine too in the picture that I have. That
Oh,
Right
I
on.
couldn't actually do my thing today, the intro, and then I got in touch with them. I'm like, I can't get it to load, and I don't know why, because I had edited my jelly in for the mulberries, and it. I realized later after he's like, well, go up to the 3 dots in Chrome, and you can go in and. I'm like, I have to update Chrome, and I have to go live in like 5 minutes, so I'll have to get back with you guys. Like,
That's right. This was not the best time. I just want you to come in and fix it. Just come and fix it.
I just wanted a button. Just send me a button. The easy
Mhm.
button, please. That's great. You grew like 30 pounds of what did you grow 30 pounds of, Creative Redundancy? What were your crops? I know you did sunflowers, but what were your crops this year? That's okay.
Oh, thanks, Storms. I appreciate that. It doesn't look nice now. It's all looking pretty bad. Mm. Yeah,
CR, we're doing that.
I think somebody said Homestead Aquarius. I think somebody said if you give them if you feed yogurt to your chickens, they'll double lay. So maybe I'm going to do that over the next 2 days and
Oh.
see. I don't think it
Mm.
does.
I've
I
never
don't think
heard
it.
of such a thing.
Why?
No,
Just
it's
don't
like you
kill
get
her
one
chickens.
egg. It takes 24 hours to make that sucker. Yeah, I am
I've
going to be
never
out
heard
there
of that
going.
before.
Squeezing them. Like a
Yeah,
toothpaste
actually, I think
tube.
somebody made a video on it, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm going to try this," and sure enough, she felt like she was getting more eggs, and it was like
Well, the
that's not how
calcium
the
maybe,
system
but
works.
yeah, that doesn't make sense because the calcium isn't absorbed necessarily for us as well because it's so high in phosphorus.
Oh,
Let's see.
Passamaquoddy got booted.
What?
Hmm?
She says,
I wonder
I'm
why
back. I got booted. Who
Probably
booted
got
Weird.
you?
disconnected, I suppose.
Oh,
YouTube probably did it. I siphon the
yeah.
nutrient-rich
Yeah.
water from the bottom. Oh.
Well, welcome back.
Oh, I bet they
Passamaquoddy.
do. I bet they do love that, Grumpus. Yeah. For the pond filter. Yep. I've seen people do that. Flowers should dry for tea. I started 2 trays of seeds last Saturday and see them are 2 inches tall now.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, I wanted to do microgreens too, but I'm probably going to do that coming around the other side when it gets hot. But I did want to, that's one I want to actually do for a live CR. I had just talked to actually Homestead Aquarius about that and hydroponic growing inside during the winter, and also with what we're facing with the possible, WW3, that you might want to have some stuff growing inside too.
Yeah. Hey, Lark.
Hey, Rob. What?
Oh, and
Who
Rob.
did you say?
I said Larks, and you said Rob.
Oh,
Larks
hey, Rob
Larks
Painless. Wait a minute. Where's Larks? Oh,
she's
she's way down there.
She's after Rob.
Hey, Larks.
She came
Bye.
in. Yeah.
Give me
I
one.
just right now in my greenhouse studio, I brought in the peppers, and they're continuing to produce peppers, and my lime is in there. But I don't have any greens, but I do have like greens in the studio. But I do have but I do have lots of romaine out there, some cabbages, some kale, like so and like the kale the kale and the cabbages would do fine through the winter. Like I can put some reme cloth and they're fine, but
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't done.
Oh, okay. Your sister gave the hens Greek yogurt.
So cute. Does
Weird.
do her hens double lay? Bob's still killing himself.
I feed my chickens yogurt.
Okay, remember the eggs.
How do you explain that to your neighbors? What do you feed your chickens, Elmer? I feed my chickens yogurt.
Little yogurt for the chickens.
No, I'm not
with fruit or without.
not disrespecting anybody, but it just strikes me funny, you know.
Yeah.
Because you're picturing her with a little spoon with those. Oh dear. Come on, just a little bit more.
And a little bit for you.
Can I choose what she's wearing while she's feeding the
Oh.
chickens? Maybe a little yeah. No. Oh my God. Okay. I was thinking of McDonald's. There's McDonald's farm, but never mind. Yeah. All right. I'm over it now. I'm
You
done.
okay, bub?
I'm
That's
okay.
right. Whew, that's all done.
Mhm.
Sometimes we're let me say that again. Sometimes we are our own best friends. We make ourselves laugh.
Yeah.
I know I
Right.
am. That's what
You
my
see that-
husband says.
that-
Oh,
that-
aren't you your own best friend? When I'm cracking up at my own joke.
Yeah, I could just see that. The neighbors turn to each other and he feeds his chickens yogurt.
The microdorf, yeah, I think that's a good idea. I've seen the microdorf like tomatoes, Shawnee.
William,
And
don't
small
go over by
fish.
his house. He feeds his chickens yogurt. He's a little odd.
Yeah. Well, because I've got my greenhouse studio and all the lights are set up and the racks are all set up in there.
Right on.
If I needed to, I could,
Yeah.
I could do, lots and lots of seedlings out there if the world went sideways and,
Mhm.
and I couldn't eat, like if the lettuce, if all the romaine was all gone, then I could start stuff in the studio just fine.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an awesome studio. That space. That
Yes.
space is
Mhm.
awesome. Now, do you
Yeah,
guys do you have an attic besides that big space for your studio too? Like in your house?
There isn't
storage-wise?
like in I don't have a basement. We only have a crawl space here.
Mhm.
And it's outdoor crawl space.
We're on slab. Florida's slab,
Right.
pretty much. Or
Yeah.
we're
And so
got a
the house,
pond.
but I have a suite on the side of my house, and up above there is all it's plywood
It's
floor.
storage.
Whoever built it's got a light up in there. There
Yeah.
is
Yeah, that's what we have.
there is kind of an attic in the studio,
Mhm.
but right now it just has the
beams.
just the insulation. So
Uh-huh.
we'd have to go up there and
Put
to make
boards.
it where it would be more storage. But it's a 400 square foot building.
Yeah.
And
It's
so
fantastic.
there's
Like a tiny home.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it is
Really
deemed
is.
for occupancy. So if I put in, composting toilet and on-demand water,
Mhm.
hot water,
Yeah.
I could rent it out.
Wow.
Yeah. It would be another rental space for me in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
want to invest in an incinerating toilet. I wouldn't trust people with where are you putting that? Yeah, no, no.
Where you putting your poop?
Where are you putting the human manure? We don't do
I
human
just,
manure.
I just pick it up with a shovel and throw it over the neighbor's fence.
Oh,
Because
okay.
he's
We
feeding
don't
his
like.
chickens with yogurt. He's feeding his yogurt feeding chickens. Yeah. Well, yeah. Before I had the chickens, because I did have the compost bins, some of my male students, if they were coming for voice lessons, they go, "I'm just gonna go in behind the studio and take a pee." And I said, "Yeah, that's nitrogen for my compost, so go ahead."
Hmm. Don't hurt anything. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What was that last one there? I missed it.
Oh, he just knows his knowledge of chickens is how to make them tasty, basically.
With
Like
the
which sauce
with
to use.
which sauce to use.
Oh,
Hey, Gear.
okay.
Hey, Gear. I'm
Hey,
so
Yeah,
Gear.
that is a nice pair of Fiskars. He's got a huge pair of Fiskars in over there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Get these all oiled and cleaned up, ready for
Oh yeah,
storing them
loppers.
away.
Those are good loppers.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
used to do that
yeah.
with
I
ours.
think I'm gonna
Well,
just
check.
send you all my stuff.
Mhm.
Check out
Oh
them
my.
there.
Yeah, like that's those mean business.
hmm
Is that for chain link? That one? What was that
No,
one
no,
for?
no. These are anvil shears. Are made for like dry branches and very
Oh,
thick
okay.
branches. Yeah, these things will cut through a branch about that big around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they look
Wow.
like they
They're
could take out a bolt.
yeah. This is for green. These are bypass shears are for
Yeah.
green wood, and these anvil shears are for dry dead wood.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
think we have
Basically, yeah.
anvil.
was
I have
with you,
just
Carol. I was gonna go and cut the chain link fence so we could break into things.
yes, I
I got
know.
I
I thought
got I
that
got
was for the end times and for
I,
our
I, I got bolt
one more.
cutters right over there. They're about that long.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can,
We
mhm.
bring those. Bring
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, we might need those. And
If there's no food growing over here, the neighbors have got food.
Yeah.
for guerrilla gardening, we'll just create a garden where they don't think there is one. They
Yeah.
made homemade Greek yogurt and they didn't like the taste, so they gave it to the chickens. She didn't track if it made them like. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they ate it. That's cool.
I'm not giving
Ratchet
anybody. I'm not giving anybody a hard time about the yogurt, but it just struck me as funny. It's like you feed your chickens yogurt.
Talking about giving chickens yogurt and it's making CR hungry. We're always making him hungry.
He's always hungry.
Just dancing to myself. Uh-oh. That's what it made me think of. Oh, I wanted, yeah, that's what I would like. I actually would like that. Yeah. Oh, if you had a big generator and light. It's not wired down there, I guess. The dungeon. That's why you call it a dungeon. I wonder if you could get it wired, Larks. Walmart.
Walmart brand.
I guess you are
spam.
craving salt. My fingers would blow up like balloons probably on that. On all that salt. I can't say that. They haven't gotten to that point. Just that one finger did its thing. I don't know what's wrong with it. I did soak it though. With Passamaquoddy, if you're in here, I soaked it in Epsom.
Oh, so
And
Shawnee's
pickle
wanting
juice
pickle
only.
juice.
Are you doing keto, Shawnee? That's what they do when they're on keto is they do that for the electrolytes. Built these apartment buildings, thought they were in Florida and they built them on.
What?
Oh man.
Pickle juice for the electrolytes? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
No, I
Yep.
didn't know
It was
that.
the original Gatorade.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Probably better than Gatorade or
Yeah, it's way
any of those
better
Yeah.
than the new
Yeah,
Gatorade, of which I'm drinking.
That
I
comes
wanted
out of your
I
kitchen.
wanted sugar,
Mhm.
so I grabbed
Pickle juice comes out of your kitchen. Gatorade comes out of a factory.
Yeah.
Little difference there. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I already put that.
But yeah, Maureen, as far as growing vegetables and all that, I mean, it's really just down to the wife and I. I can't really see us growing too. I tried and didn't, they worked out okay, but it was like it's just the two of us, really.
Yeah.
The kids take care of themselves. They're all grown up,
Yeah.
so no grandkids. So
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't really need a huge
No.
garden.
No. In fact, we don't even have a kitchen table in our house. We just at the island in the kitchen right there. That's where wife and I'll eat. We put our feet up on each other's chair when she comes home from work and chit chat and snacking. Yeah.
I know I've never heard of that either, Gear.
No.
So we're just trying out the idea.
I think I have given my chickens yogurt, but it wasn't for it's mixed. I mixed it with something, but I think it was just to put some other probiotics into them. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't grow sunflowers because the rats eat them.
Okay, I can't grow them because they won't grow. As long as they go out, if they're volunteer sunflowers, then they might grow. But if I do it,
I'll stick with oyster. Yeah, the oyster shells are usually what we used to give the birds too, for their calcium.
Hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, you couldn't buy oyster shells back in 2020. That was another thing. No, we don't have any oyster shells for your chickens. Nope.
Really? Oh
Hmm.
no.
Oh yeah, there was lots of nefarious stuff going on, and
Uh,
that you couldn't buy, you couldn't weren't
that
weren't allowed to buy. I think it was somebody in Saskatchewan. He would actually stop. I think it was their premier there, like so the person who runs the province, and it was like you could only buy when you went to the Walmart, you could only buy essentials. They actually put everything in the center and roped it off, so you weren't allowed to like buy a birthday card or um, and for some reason, I think blankets and shoes were in there, and they said
uh,
those are essentials for people. It was like, no, you
uh,
can just buy food, and like, but they were,
Wow.
yeah.
yeah, you think we suffered in the States here? Well, I hear more about from you guys from
Yeah, how controlled it
Canada.
was.
We
Mhm.
went through nothing. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Lord have
Okay.
mercy. I'm sorry to hear that, Maureen.
Yeah.
That's
Well, it wasn't in
amazing.
my town, so I wasn't like it wasn't here. It was
Oh.
in, I do believe it was in Saskatchewan. Yeah.
Took me 20
Ground
minutes
is
to-
dry here. It took me like 20 minutes to
Wow.
take a 1 foot hole. Wow.
That is dry.
Mm-hmm.
Or it just comes in back in on itself because it's so dry here. Minted pickles
Yep.
with spicy peppers.
Mm.
Yeah,
That
I think
sounds good.
2020 was one of the worst years in my recent memory. 2020. It was,
Yeah.
it
Mhm.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
It had aspects for me. It was like, it was throughout it. It was kind of, I was like, things that are going, and then a friend of mine, she's just always been positive about everything in her life. And
Oh my goodness. Sweet. That's terrible. I'm sorry. That's terrible.
oh,
Mm,
But he
sorry.
seems to have plenty of them, though. So it didn't seem like he was too upset.
But then, and I just like, she said, yeah, I got married and and she had a great year. And then I stopped and I went, you know what? Like I typically as a vocal coach, I taught year round. I would take,
Yeah.
Christmas break off. If I went away on vacation somewhere, I would take that off. But for the most part, because I had mostly adult students, I teach right through the summer. So it was the first summer that I had off in years. And
Oh,
it was
wow.
like, it was a really nice summer and it was beautiful weather. And
Mhm.
we just laid out on beach chairs. I was not into gardening quite yet. So we do a
Mhm.
little bit of weeding and then we would, make these massive drinks and put them in, recycled mayonnaise jars just because you go, I want a big drink with a lot of ice, and we'd lay out, have music and, and it was like, we had such a fun summer. And so
Oh,
then I went,
wow.
okay, with the, what was going on, up there, that was all,
Yeah.
bleh.
Mhm.
But what I was living and what I was experiencing, I had a fabulous summer. It was
Mhm.
just wonderful, we just laid out and,
Yeah.
all my, like, it was like, I was going, yeah, 2020 happened. And I ended up with 6 kids, 4 chickens and a dog.
Mm.
So up until that point, I didn't have all those things or people living in my house.
Yeah.
For my area, it was we couldn't go see the family in the Philippines anymore,
Yeah.
which was really hard on my wife especially. And then
Yeah.
the George Floyd riots happened, and they're
Right.
just right down the road. And the
Oh,
fires burning
Mhm.
week after week, stuff on fire and looting and killing, and yeah, 2020 sucked.
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah, out
forgotten a
there
damn
for
bit about
sure.
it, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it did. It sucked for us,
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it got to the point, guys, where I pulled up web cameras for Washington State Department of Transportation, and I would monitor the highways here, and I would contact my son and my wife and my daughter wherever they're at. Don't take
Right.
this route. Traffic stop.
Yeah.
Don't go there, because they did that. They would stop traffic and they would assault people out on the highways, which never
Wow.
made the news. Never made the news. You know, you didn't hear about
Wow.
any of it. And, yeah, that
Thank
for
you,
me
Crumpets on Fire.
in 2020, and then
Have a good night,
the
hon.
worst part of it, Maureen, was my father-in-law died. My wife's
Oh,
Filipina, and we
Oh.
could not go.
Go. Oh.
I'm so
Uh,
sorry.
but the oldest daughter over there, Ate, who's my favorite, Ate Tall, she filmed the whole thing and did a live on Facebook for all of us in Europe and here in America.
Right.
So that's one of the things that I really took notice of her, was like, honey, you're doing this just for us. You don't have to, but she wants to, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My wife was so down in the blues. I'd never seen her get blue before, but this was when she was, you know. So 2020, don't
Yeah.
come back. Don't come back. We don't need that again, you know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. No, it was like for us here, you know, we weren't allowed to leave the island. There wasn't a law, but it
Mhm.
was like you end up hearing through the grapevine where they go, oh, if you go and you try to take the ferry, if it's not essential travel, they'll turn you around. So then
Oh,
people just went, well, I'm not going to go. And then
Mhm.
over time you go, okay, I have a reason to go. I'm going to go work on my mom's yard. And I looked up that it was like I was volunteering. So that's allowed. So you drive up to the ferry
Mhm.
terminal and they go, is this essential travel? And you go, yeah. And they go, okay.
go on.
And so, so it was bullshit that someone
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
you'll get turned around. And so then everybody just went, okay, don't travel. Don't leave the island. And it's like,
Wow.
and there was supposed to be police checkpoints at different
Mhm.
points.
Yeah,
where
that's scary.
they would
to
stop
me.
you and say, okay, you can't travel. But and the police didn't want to do it from what I've heard. And so again,
I
this is
can't
all,
blame them.
so the police would actually go, hi, we're going to be at Highway 11 today. That's where we will be until 3:00. And then tomorrow we will be at Highway 23 till 3:00.
Mhm,
People would
mhm.
go
Good
around
of
those
them.
areas.
They still had to follow their orders, but they went, heads up, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, we'll just let you know where we will be. So
That was good
Yeah.
of them. That was good
It
of them.
was good of them. It's nice to hear that they were
Yeah.
that good to the people.
yeah,
But
it's like, yeah, so don't come down here because then we have to ask you where your papers are. Why?
know.
Show me your papers.
Show me your papers.
Yeah, it's like,
getting scary. Well, yeah, because now all the ones that came in from the south have that. They have to do that, supposedly. That's what how do you say it? That's the thing that's going around. Part of the reason, other than of course votes for letting them in, is
oh,
to get that kind of normalize the showing of papers.
right.
Yeah.
Right. You're
Lovely.
not meaning south as in the
The
good old
southern.
boy south.
No, ma'am.
No,
A little bit
the
farther south from there. You go
little
across this
farther
little
south.
river.
Right. Right.
You
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah. I wasn't
Mhm.
catching the code of,
Yeah.
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 I'm learning more American lingo as I go along.
That's
Well,
good.
they come in here too. We've got the
Yeah.
boatloads that they couldn't get to, is what we
Right.
were hearing, because they
Right.
were so overwhelmed. Pardon me, I'm doing what
there's
the doctor says not to do and drying out my ears with Q-tip.
yeah, we got you've been around Latinos, South Americans and all, like most of us Americans have. You can tell the ones that are Mexicans, Guatemalans, Salvadorans, they look a little different. And the other night when I took my beautiful wife out for dinner and dancing, and we're walking out of the nightclub, and there's about 20 of these little these little Guatemalan guys, you know,
Mhm.
with the fresh clothes on, and you can tell that they have the brim of their hat is always flat because it's brand new, and
Mhm.
they were looking at the lights and the dancing, and they're
Checking everything out.
yeah, wife and I just walked by him, and I just smiled, and I go, "Hon, do you see all those Guatemalans there?" She goes, "Yeah, they never saw that back at home, did they?" I said, "Yeah, they probably did
No.
not, you know."
Probably not.
I was just enjoying the look on their faces. They're having a good time, just standing there watching the live music. You know?
Mm.
Yeah. There's somebody already though reporting like Hispanic on Hispanic crime from those
that
coming through, and
does happen. Yeah.
yeah. Well, they
That
were
does.
saying because how, the Spanish are like, well, we feel bad and we want them here, and then, well, listen, it's not just us that they're going to, the ones that are coming in that are criminals. They're not just going to harm the people that are white. They're going to harm all people if they are criminals.
Criminals are criminals. They don't
That's right.
change.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, really. I see a lot of Latinos, and you can tell they're first generation here. They don't speak the language and all that.
Yeah.
Most of them mind their own damn business, man. They
Yeah.
just want to
Yeah,
go.
we have that too in Florida, but a lot of
Yeah.
them came in because they had family.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, and they had a job set up. What we're dealing with right now is, Hannah's gone on 3 interviews, and it's really hard for her to just get a job.
Mm.
And then you're
Yeah.
adding all these extra people to
Millions
the
more.
pool.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
It's gonna create like a big head soon when things get worse with the economy.
Well, it's like that home invasion in Auburn. I just made a video about. I think that's an end result of
Something like
5 to 7 million people coming across the border every year, and the people who grew up here are just like, man, I can't find a job.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
why some of that crime, it's not going to be any big government conspiracy. It's just that people trying to feed their families.
Yeah.
You know.
Bob, I need your address because
he doesn't give
I'm
that.
gonna send all my tools to you to.
Oh,
You want me to polish all your tools?
I do. It's like he's even doing the metal part of the handles. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. 3 in
yeah.
1 oil. Yeah.
I
You take care of your stuff. You
I
take
have
care of
some of
your
that.
stuff. You take care
Thanks
of
to
your
Bob.
stuff. It takes care of you.
no, Bob
Mhm.
takes care of my stuff.
I know, right? We need a Bob. Everybody needs a Bob for their tools.
Yep, I'm
Call
just
that
gonna
little
start.
man, honey, out in the garage. Oh, he's Bob. It's not really his name, but we call them all Bob.
Yeah. We keep him in our basement. We keep him in our
Keep him in
basement.
our basement.
He's our Bob. He sharpens
Yes.
tools. He
He
polishes
sharpens and
metal,
cleans
and
them.
he polishes glass and stuff. But we just keep him in the basement because he's not really meant to go outside.
No.
We just keep a cooler full of popsicles for him. That's all. Bread and water.
Oh,
He said bread and water and popsicles.
Did you say popsicles? I like them popsicles. Oh, Maureen, you're not familiar, but like occasionally my wife has to travel overseas or in the country, and she's gone for a few days, and I played a joke on a live where the webcam came on, and I'm sitting there with a glass of water and a piece of bread, and bread and water. Well, what you eating, Bob? Oh, my wife's out of town. All I got is bread and water.
So we taught him how to roll a hot dog. We said, Bob, just like wet a paper towel and roll a hot dog in it, and you can put it in the microwave.
I did that. I put hot dogs on a plate for the next live, and I warmed them up, and I'm sitting here. What are you eating, Bob? Microwave hot dogs.
That would be my dad. My dad would do that, or he would fry eggs. That was his big
That's about my
expertise.
Same here, Carol. Yeah, spaghetti I can do, fry an egg. Yeah, hot dogs.
Oh my! I know.
You
that's
can see why my
crazy,
wife
right?
says, "You just get the hell out of my kitchen. You are no use to me in my kitchen. Get out."
A little over
Wait,
a
a
week
week
until winter
until?
vacation.
There's a lot of truth to that, Maureen.
Wait, a week until
Mhm.
winter vacation.
Who's taking a what gear?
Oh, yeah.
Why are you
Oh,
taking
for
a winter
him.
vacation?
For him, because of where he works.
Oh,
It's season. It's not season, right? Gear. They come in and when it's warm, but once it gets cooler where he's at, they don't
right,
come.
right.
That's
It's
right.
like-
Pig in a blanket, Bob's way. You just don't eat the paper towel that you wrap them in. Never eat the paper towel. Also, it's
My
because it
wife,
catches the grease.
I'm gonna starve to death. All I have is bread and water.
You'll be fine. Well, it's a slow night tonight. I'm gonna call it. I've got to take my medicine and go to bed and maybe get
Okay.
stuff done this weekend. Now that my pinky toe is in horrendous pain,
Oh.
I still can't wear like shoes and do much in shoes yet.
Bed corner or coffee table? Which one?
No, ladder in the garage.
Oh,
Yeah.
memories.
Yeah. That's the first. I've done the bed corner though before. That's
So have I.
pretty bad,
Mhm.
but this was the worst it's ever been. Ooh, yeah. Mama said some F bombs. Yeah.
I'll bet you did.
Oh my goodness. The hematoma thing on my top of my foot was horrendous. Like it just looked so bad.
I
like,
really
yeah, they
enjoy
look
those
good.
magic moments of so much intense pain that no noise comes out when you scream.
Yeah. It's just like that.
Stubbing your little toe is one of those moments.
Yeah.
You just sang an entire opera. No one heard
Yep.
us anything.
That's right.
Yeah.
You got
And
that right.
usually, and then whatever, especially with your feet or whatever, if something on the top of your foot, it's like that you've hit it. Then for the next 2 weeks, same spot all the
Nope.
time. Like you go,
Guaranteed.
how like you go, it's on the top of my foot. How could it bang into the top of my foot again?
Yes. That's,
Same with
my
biting
son
your
was
tongue.
coming to that side of me for the whole week after I did it. He kept coming over near that foot, and I would just be like,
Mhm.
no.
Yeah. You never go on that side. Why are you on that side?
I know. It's like a magnet. Like
Mhm.
he must know something's over there that hurts. I don't know. Not that he would do it on purpose. It's just really weird that that's what he's gravitating to. But what were you going to say, Bob? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, it's okay. It's no big deal.
Good night, Southern. Good night. Good night, everyone. Have a great night.
Bye.
Thank you for coming. We'll maybe carry this conversation on the more I learn about soil.
Wave to the poor people.
Yes, that's wave to the poor people. Thank you very much. Let me hit the right button this time. I can't